As the conflict grows with Iran far from the nuclear negotiating tables, the missiles over Syria and Israel, here a proxy war takes a darker, brutal yet unseen turn. This is the Yemeni city of Taiz, where an already ugly war has metastasized and is grinding the ruins of life into dust. These rare drone images show how barely a wall is left unscathed. Some of this was broken by Saudi Arabian air power, guided and equipped by the US, bombarding the Houthi forces that Iran is backing. Houthi mortars broke parts of the city too. And it's a chaotic, three-pronged fight down on the front line between two militia that were once on the same side and the Iranian-backed Houthis. At street level, the snipers, the mess and the mines left behind falls to the hardest hit. Our guide around the city is Mayub, who wants to hide his face as aid workers are targets here. He came from Washington, D.C. as his sick mother needed help. Then the war broke out and he started a charity.
There's a saying in the States that says, when life throws you a lemon, you make lemonade. And I started it mainly to take care of the injured. Okay. The Houthis are right there, by the way. Now, that's the line, and that's where they send mortar shells into Taiz from those hills right there. I always say, it's so beautiful, yet the situation is too far from beautiful. The worst thing here? Children being injured in hospitals. A week ago, there was a mortar shell that attacked, that came from the Houthis over to that neighborhood, and I just so happened to be in the hospital, and a little girl came in with her heart out. It was very, very difficult to see. She was about 8 years old, and you can see her heart pumping. It's inhumane. I mean, who sends mortar shells and rockets into, this is the most crowded city in Yemen.
Humanity is lacking, but also perseveres here, in the spirals of dust and torn plastic sheeting that are home for tens of thousands of displaced. Ready yourself for the unimaginable toll that hunger and disease can take on an infant girl, reduced almost to twigs of bone. Malaika weighs 2 kilograms, and her mother Mariam says this is apparently an improvement.
When we came here as displaced, she was normal and she could eat. Then she started to have measles, diarrhea, and vomiting. She got very skinny. I feel like crying sometimes. She's getting better now. She's eating.
They are their family's survivors from Mocha, where her husband's brother and son were killed in an airstrike, she says, leaving them with his 6 children to feed.
They were hit by a jet in the market. 25 people were killed. The airstrikes were hitting very close to our home.
Those children who are able to fend off disease have other trauma to digest. Salah recounts playing in the weed grass with his little friend Frima. His story of how the mine exploded is patchy, but his pain is clear. We used to play with rocks, he says. She was moving the grass and came back and sat down. We were playing and the bomb exploded. I get scared now. Anyone gets scared of the missiles, and when we hear the word war, we get scared. Scared of bullets, landmines and missiles. He says he would like to go home, but there's still bullets and shelling there. And in Yemen, where the Saudis have enough American support and resolve against Iran to fight on, nobody is going home until many more lives are lost and broken first. Nick Payton Walsh, CNN.